Boy, Leslie, so I got to tell you, I just wanted to bring you into this moment because as you were kind of detailing, I mean, we have our first female governor of the state of Virginia. This is history, and we knew this would be historic no matter who took the top of the ticket, whether it was Winsome Earl Sears or Abigail Spanberger, but here we are, just a little over an hour after the polls closed with a fairly decisive victory right out the gate for Abigail Spanberger. CBS News again calling the race in her favor to be the leader of Virginia, and to be here in this moment, to be here at Spanberger campaign headquarters. We are awaiting her giving remarks. We're awaiting her speaking. This room has just been rocking. We saw cheers going for a while. The room just erupted in cheers when she was announced as the winner of the governor's race. There's been so many people, so many politicians, so many people in the public who have really thrown their support behind her, and that voter turnout really echoed loudly for her tonight in this victory. I wanted to talk to you about a couple of things because we saw so many people cast early mail-in ballots. So those are going to be votes we continue to watch trickle in to see just how decisive the victory was. Because the margins will matter in this election more than anything, especially when you consider things like the balance of power. So we have all seats in the House of Delegates up for grabs, all 100 seats. And Democrats really there looking to expand their power, right? So to see how much control they really can have as now they're going to complete the trifecta, having the Senate, the House, and the governor's seat. It's a big deal for Democrats, especially as they're looking ahead to midterms and saying, hey, do we have the pieces in place to redistrict, to enter this redistricting conversation, which has become a national conversation, one that is quite polarizing. So watch to see how those pieces fall into place as we go throughout the evening. I did want to mention, I spoke with Virginia House Speaker Don Scott. He is the first black man elected to the job, and he really shared some insight with me about why he was supporting Abigail Spanberger tonight. So go ahead, let's see if we can play that sound from him. Final question, what does this mean for the state of Virginia electing its first female leader?
It just goes to show how far we've come. Think about it. We elected our first African-American governor in 1989. 30 something years ago. And it took us this long to finally get a woman, a very qualified, and there are so many more who came before who are qualified. And finally, we get our first female governor. I'm excited to work with her. I'm excited to make sure that she's successful, and I'm sure she will be. And we want to make sure that she's not the last. And that will be her job, and all of us to make sure that she's successful.
Speaker Scott, thank you for your time. Appreciate it. Okay, so there you hear, Speaker Don Scott talking to us about what it means to potentially watch this win tonight. He's here in the crowd, but a couple of things I wanted to mention as well. We have this story, right, of the government shutdown. It is coinciding in such a rare occurrence that we see a government shutdown coinciding with an election night, right? Politically, worst case scenario, right? And so we are seeing that start to play out as a referendum of sorts on President Donald Trump. We've heard throughout this election cycle that President Donald Trump notably did not put his support fully behind Winsome Earl Sears. He did not endorse her. We heard him speak once about saying, she was lovely, she was talented, things of that nature, but he never did a full throat endorsement of her. And so, as we watch this play out, as we watch this election night unfold, we're going to see how big those margins are, how decisive this win really was for Abigail Spanberger. And again, we're going to see what she has to say when she takes the stage. We'll be keeping an eye out for Jay Jones. He could potentially be here in the crowd tonight. We're watching for that. Ghazala Hashmi, we'll be watching her race. All those down ballot races, we're going to have to see if Abigail Spanberger gives them a bit of a boost. We'll send it back to you guys in the studio. Live from Richmond tonight from Spanberger headquarters.